Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Red Sox new first baseman Wilson Contreras, king sign. Rays are trading. Murakami, we're putting the H in holidays. Let's talk ball. Shane Baz.
Santa Claus. I think I got him as a lefty.
The big man. I'll tell you what, that'd be a great movie scene. Like if Santa Claus was playing baseball, he steps up to the plate, he stands in the righty's batter box, and then he goes to the left side, and you're like, oh yeah, Santa rakes.
He's definitely a lefty.
That's going to be today's episode of Talking Baseball, people. Buckle up. We're running hot. Presented by SeatGeek. Code Talkin10. I am Jake, the Holiday Stromboli. That is Trevor. Happy Holidays, Plouffe. Rob Scirocco's producing. D. Feely is in the lab, getting more notes live. Who knows what could happen? Coach Trev, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jake. As I mentioned before the episode, can't wait for the holiday season to be over. Does that make me the Grinch? I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
Christmas, huge in Japan, even though it's not really like a religious thing over there. Very much just a time to party.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah.
You know what? I take it all back. I love the holidays.
Okay. Let's go.
I think we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Mentally, I'm overwhelmed. But once I get into it, I'll be happy.
The holiday casual drinks are just crushing me. It's just around every corner. Let's have one, let's have two. And it's just like, I'm ready. I'll do a damp January, dryish January. I think from like the 5th to like the 21st, get 3 clean weeks in there. The whole month's just a little aggressive.
I'll support that.
Yeah. Am I coming out for New Year's? We'll figure that out on the show. Pig party.
Shout out Robbie.
Shout out Robbie, my guy, Insta friends. We'll talk some baseball this episode, maybe, because my silver stock is through the fucking moon right now. No, we had a big one break last night with Wilson Contreras going to the Boston Red Sox, kid. And like the other ones I laid out for you, Kings going back to San Diego. Brandon Lowe is going to be a Pittsburgh Pirate, and there's a lot of young, talented players moving in that trade. Baz to the Orioles, Murakami to the White Sox, and we've talked a lot about that. I think it starts with Wilson Contreras because it should. He's going to the Boston Red Sox. He's going to be playing first base for them. The official trade package, Wilson Contreras and $8 million go to the Boston Red Sox for Hunter Dobbins. And then the prospects, I think it's Yoker Fajardo and Blake Ida. I'll let Coach Trev dive into them a little bit more than I will. Red Sox got a little cash to off-put part of Contreras' salary. And yeah, a very steady, well-known hitter and a good right-handed hitter in Fenway. Wilson Contreras joins the AL East. What do you think, Coach?
I'd like the move for the Red Sox. It's interesting. I mean, we knew they were shopping around for, I guess infield help in general. We've heard a lot of that from like Red Sox social media, Red Sox media in general. Like they're looking for some sort of infield overhaul. First base was a priority, or one of the priorities, and they get Wilson Contreras. He is a raker, and I think a lot of people think of him as catcher, DH, first baseman. He's primarily a first baseman. He looked actually pretty good over there last year defensively. And, a guy who has a proven track record with the bat. And I don't know, there's just something about him. I feel like he's ready to play in big games again. Like I want that guy up in a big situation.
Yes.
I do. I think that he's got that kind of mentality. So I think he fits in perfectly in that clubhouse with the Red Sox. And it's something I guess we probably didn't see coming. All these Cardinals, we heard, they were trying to move from Arenado, Sonny Gray, Contreras. They all had no trade clauses and weren't really willing to move. But then we have that season last year in St. Louis. It wasn't great. And then slowly we're like, these guys are like, you know what, maybe I will. And Contreras, I think at the end of the year, started talking about if the right situation arose, that he would be willing to waive it. Not only did he waive it, he actually got $1 million extra in the
Mm.
contract to waive the no trade.
Mm.
So that's a nice little piece of change for him. But overall, I'll go from the Red Sox side. Love the deal. The right-handed power, great for them. I do have like questions like, we're giving up on Tristan Casas, huh? I understand. Yeah, I
Mm.
understand he had knee surgery, and we'll see how he comes back from that. But I think the guy's a pretty good young hitter, and if I'm a team, uh, literally any team, I'm looking to snatch him up on the cheap. That's kind of like right where my head went to when all this went down. Happy for the Red Sox. They've been looking for this, but what happens to Tristan Casas? Because you have Yoshida too, so like maybe that's the answer. They try to get rid of Yoshida, put Casas when he gets back at DH. We'll see how it plays. If I'm a team though, I'm looking to get after Tristan Casas.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like last year's conversation. It was Casas, Yoshida. They're going to move one of them. I don't know. I guess I like that you jumped there. I didn't initially jump there because I also think with Casas' injuries, and he does have options. Like I know what Tristan Casas has done at the major league level. You don't jump there, but Trev, it's again, I can't believe I'm giving you credit for this, but we just used to call it depth. Like, I don't think they have to. Like, 3 weeks into spring training, between two injuries or something else, like Tristan Casas could be playing every day. So if you're the Red Sox, I don't think they feel a pressure to like move him. I think he could be a valuable piece in a trade, but also what's his value at right now? It's been a couple weird injuries that if the right deal's there, absolutely. But I also wouldn't feel pressured to move on. I think for me, I was Wilson Contreras. When you look at the Baseball Reference, the hitting stats are just consistently good. The last 4 years, each OPS plus is 123 or above. Like, he's just been good. I was surprised there's not the one like wow season. Like his career high in homers is 24, and that was in 2019. Otherwise, he just kind of lands the boat at 20. Hits in like the 250s, 260s, gets on base at a decent clip. Last year, a couple of the numbers came down that, hey, he is going to be turning 34 in May. He was primarily a catcher for a lot of years. That when you look at the package going to St. Louis, I'm not saying this was a dump, but like Dobbins is a guy who threw some innings last year, doesn't have like a lot of big whiff stuff. And the prospects aren't anything that broke like Boston's trade capital that the Boston Red Sox get Wilson Contreras. They're paying most of his salary without having to give up a lot, which, hey, if you're a Boston fan, you should love that. And then St. Louis, who, again, seems like to be a sign that we're not going to be talking about them a ton. I don't know. If I was St. Louis, and again, who knows where Tristan Casas' value, and like I would have loved if Tristan Casas was coming back, but I realize that's not exactly how it works.
Yeah, I'm not exactly super tuned into what the Cardinals are trying to do next year, or the next couple years. I still look at this trade mostly from the Red Sox perspective. You can talk about Wilson Contreras, age 34 season. The walk rate, went down last year a little bit. I don't think that's super concerning. Give him more years at first base. I feel like that's gonna like let the body heal up a little bit. The bat speed is like elite. Like that's still there, and I think that's one of the first metrics most people jump to say, hey, like, is this player declining? Like, if the bat speed is still there, he's still hitting fastballs well. I think you can say this guy is gonna hit for us. So I'm still in on Contreras. What does Boston do for his profile? I think, that is yet to be seen. I think a lot of people like to jump right away. Well, you can just bang the ball off the monster, and that's just kind of not how it works. I think truly Boston does. You need to be a complete hitter there, or you can be exposed. There are certain guys that may break that mold who can pull the ball to the left side, or opposite if you're a left-handed hitter, but I think the number one thing is, looking at that bat speed. It's going to play, Coach. It's going to play.
Yeah.
I think over the length of the contract, because what do we have? We have 26, 27. He has an option in 28. Is that what it is?
Yes, 20 million option in 2028 that now includes a $6 million buyout. So if the Red
Is it a
Sox,
mutual or a player?
I'm guessing that's a team option because
Team
if there's a
option.
$6 million buyout. So again, if you're the Red Sox, yeah, that'll be an interesting one at the time because if Wilson Contreras looks like a version of himself, you probably just do that for a year. And a $6 million buyout that doesn't break you if you need to do that. So, yeah, and you're right. Like end of the day, it's baseball. You got to hit the ball, pa. But Fenway Park, and I don't know if it's the Red Sox. I don't know if it's that park. I know you once went over that monster. I remember. Whoops. They do have a history of right-handed hitters just having years there. And it makes sense. Like the Yankees have this with lefties. It's not the math ends up mathing that for the Red Sox the past couple years, whether it's Romy Gonzalez last year, Tyler O'Neill, remember Adam Duvall? Like if you do every season for the Red Sox, you kind of find a right-handed hitter that had like his year there. Maybe it is Wilson Contreras. Maybe he has his 30 homer season at Fenway this year. Even if he doesn't, you can kind of pencil him in for just being a good hitter. And like right now, if you go to Fangraphs, they have him slotted to be like the 3-hole hitters, like breaking up Roman Anthony, Duran, Wheeler, Abreu. So he's going to be the heart. I mean, he's probably their best right-handed hitter right now. It's him or Story.
They needed some right-handed pop in that lineup for sure. I'm looking right now at expected homers by Park, which is always kind of fun to look at.
Yeah.
He would have hit one last homer last year at Boston compared to playing in St. Louis. And then there's just some outliers, man. It's so funny. Blue Jays, 27 homers. A's, 32. Philly, 30. In the Central, the Reds or Brewers, 29. Like, that's a big difference right there. But that's what I'm saying about Boston. Like, people just think it's really like, hey, it's hitter friendly, man. Just bang it off the wall. It just doesn't work that way necessarily. Like, pitchers can game plan for that. And then also, if you are trying to pull the ball and that's not like your natural strength, it can get your swing out of whack in an absolute hurry. Yeah.
And I think for someone who's as established as Wilson Contreras is, I don't think you have to worry about something like that really. And yeah, the first base defense, some of the numbers are there. I think the OAA liked him. I was talking to Matt Pauley, does some St. Louis radio at winter meetings. We were talking about Wilson Contreras, and I was inquiring about the Yankees, if I'm being real. So that shows you that, you know, if you want a guy on your team and he goes to the other team, I don't love that trade for my Yankees because that means that player is good. I asked about the defense, and he's pretty good over there. He's like, he just kind of has mental lapses, which who knows if that's either being new to the position or just kind of the state of St. Louis baseball or just is what it is. That I was like, oh, he's perfect for the Yankees. But good for him. Good for the Red Sox. Do you think... I guess I was just going to Chris Rose you. Like what's next for the Red Sox? Are Bregman still in play? Is Bregman out of play? Like what are they trade market? Like Casas for pitching? We did that for all of last year. I don't know.
It sounds like there's still a lot in play because they still have, you know, the trade chips available like in the outfield. That's kind of where I see. And then, you know, what does that bring in? I think you can kind of do whatever you want. You want to replenish the farm system. Do you want to, you know, continue to, you know, look at that infield? Yeah, Bregman still makes sense for sure. But this wasn't on my radar. So that's kind of like the fun thing of the offseason. I don't know if this was out there and I just missed it. Like, was this rumored to have possibly gone on? Like, things like this make me think like there are just so many ways you can go. If you have assets that people want, you can kind of go around the league and say, okay, like let's throw some feelers out there, and then you make your decisions that way. You don't have to be hyper focused on one player because, again, this is a move where this wasn't really even on my radar, but it obviously fits a big need for them.
Yeah, and I guess on the St. Louis side, like you said, I'm not fully sure what's next, and unfortunately, we've been saying that for a couple years. I mean, they are like clearing the books. I mean, Sonny Gray Wilson Contreras. Oh, so look at that. That's fun. Back at it. We're teammates again, brother.
Yep.
When you look at this St. Louis team right now, I don't know. It's looking like another discovery year, finding out who guys are. Because, in the rotation, Liberatore, May, Palante, McGreevy, Leahy right now. And the lineup, Donovan, Herrera, Burleson, Arenado, Wynn, Nootbaar, Walker, Pajes, Victor Scott, some Yohel, Pozo, and Gorman.
I don't mind the lineup. Like, I think there's some fun players in that lineup. I think the starting pitching is kind of where I'm looking, and maybe just the pitching in general. And I do think, how much time do we got to give Chaim?
Hey, it's kind of working in Boston. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, when does the shot clock start on Chaim? Because he was there last year, but he wasn't. Like, I don't know. I guess St. Louis let us know. Interested to see Boston's next steps.
Well, that was the and Reds or Cardinals fans, tell me if I'm wrong. That was the whole thing is, hey, let's come over.
Right.
Let's get like established, kind of figure out what's going on in the farm system, in the organization in general, and just kind of get a head start on things. So I think he was focused on that. You bring over some prospects in this trade, and then we got to give him some time to get the major league roster where he wants it. I'm assuming that's kind of where we're at with the Cardinals, but you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful with not giving like the big league team enough, because like you'll lose fans quickly. You will lose fans quickly. I know that St. Louis is, one of the best fan bases in baseball. They show up, no doubt. That's because you've been giving them winners too.
Right. Yeah, and I think, I guess I don't want to already like rain on St. Louis's next year, because there can be fun years where it's like JJ Weatherholt's a big prospect. Like, he gets the call next year. Like, let's see what we've got. They have a collection of like top prospects.
Yes.
That can be a fun baseball season. Like, sometimes the gods come together and that's a good time. And even if it's not necessarily winning baseball, it's like, okay, maybe I can dream on Tink Hence next year.
I got 7 top 100 prospects.
Sure. Jimmy Crooks. What are you
about? That's got to be the most in baseball.
Ooh, Dalt's on it.
Dalt's on it.
I feel like I saw another team recently. Probably like the Dodgers. Like, oh yeah. The
overall numbers last year are pretty bad. I'm now currently you brought me to the Fangraphs page. 25th in OPS, 22nd in WHIP for starters, 18th in WHIP for relievers.
Not great.
Not great, Pop.
Not what you want. Hey, that was brought to you by SeatGeek. St. Louis fans might get some deals on tickets last year, and if you're looking for deals, you should be looking at SeatGeek, whether it's MLB, which, again, it's going to be a minute, that maybe it's NFL season, big weekend. Coach was up in Seattle, tough one. NBA, NHL are rolling. 35 million downloads. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. Go see something, people. The holidays, why not? The World Cup next year. We need to, keep reminding myself about that. And we came through with you guys. Code TALKIN10, 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. 10% off any tickets with promo code TALKIN10. Thank you to our good friends at the SeatGeek. Trev, I think let's get a little wonky, because there's something we've talked about a lot, so maybe we don't have to deep dive into this, but, we also always play for our international audience. Munetaka Murakami, the big man who we talked about a lot, signs with your Chicago White Sox. And, Rob, if you could get the name of the guy in the comments of last episode. We had a White Sox fan last episode. I think it was our most liked comment on the episode, who said, I'm a White Sox fan and it's fun tuning in and just knowing you guys aren't going to talk about my squad. Well, Murakami season, 2 years, $34 million. So there was a lot of debate of where this contract was going to land. You got a name, Bob?
Victor's Ladkowski.
Victor, that's right. Victor Sladkowski, a good Italian name. I don't know. Interesting contract number. And if you're the White Sox, I guess you have a little more excitement, and there's a lot of young ball players. There's got to be a little bit of a fear factor for everything we talked about. That this contract feels a little like, hey, we don't know. We hope you're good.
Well, the reports are, shout out to brother Jeff, that he had some longer term deals available to him from other teams, but he chose the higher AAV, shorter kind of package here, which from his perspective, I think makes sense. A lot of this makes sense, and we get caught up. I talked to Chris Rose about this. Like, free agency is such an interesting thing. People always think like, well, the big market teams are going to go get this guy, and it's what does this team need? What does but it doesn't work that way. It's free agency is what's best for the player. Like, that's what it is. Okay, that your team need. The only thing that matters to a player is, well, that means I have more leverage and can get an extra year or some extra money out of you. That's what that means. So for a guy like Murakami coming over, you get the higher AAV, a chance to become a free agent again at 28. He's a young guy. So if teams were worried that you couldn't do it in the big leagues, now here's your chance to go in what I would consider like a low pressure situation in Chicago, right? You're playing in the AL Central. There's some good hitters parks there. It's not known as, the beacon of, it's not powerhouses there. You're going to find some good pitching. Like maybe those Tarek Skubal days you sit out. Maybe you just
shoulders
kind of on those ones. But like, I think that's what he's thinking. Hey, higher AAV. I get a chance to settle in, like not a million eyeballs all over me. And then if I get my feet wet, I can become a free agent again, 28. Then I could really say, hey, this is where I want. This is where I want to go. And I want to go, I just think that's the thinking. And you can say what you want about that. But that is truly when you reach free agency, you're thinking about what's best for me. Like that's kind of how it goes. And I think that's what we saw here. And for the White Sox, I think this is awesome, man. Like, are they going to be competing for a playoff spot this year? I mean, maybe, dude, it doesn't take that much anymore. 82 wins.
Whoa.
Do I think they're going to get there? Probably not.
Whoa.
But I do think they'll be obviously more competitive this year. A lot of these guys last year had decent seasons in this lineup. They're going to continue to get more and more plate appearances, more dirt on their spikes. So they continue to get more competitive. You start winning a few more ball games together. What does that do for the clubhouse? Like, they're on track. Like, this is kind of what the whole deal was. Like, we knew it was going to take some time for them, but bringing in a bat like this, who like could go a ton of different ways. Well, let's just say this guy comes over and absolutely bangs. Like, it's a rising tide raises all ships. Like, this is something that I think is almost all positive for the White Sox. Like, no matter kind of like what happens, short deal for you. You went out, you made a play in free agency. You can play it like this. If he comes over and is just a stud, what a trade chip. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of ways for this to go. So if you're the White Sox front office, and I think they saw an advantage in the marketplace and went after it, and I think that they are going to get rewarded for being aggressive.
Yeah, and it was kind of where I landed, that it was like, hey, I was kind of saying these middle market teams, like, what if he works? Like, we gave the whole speech about talent, and there's concerns about swing and miss, velo, and defense. Like, we didn't touch upon that too much. Like, he's played third base. People don't know if he profiles there.
Well, he's not playing third base there, right?
He could be DHing. Like, and again, that's the biggest thing that blows my mind, because I don't know. If there's anything that I feel like the average fan could scout, you watch someone take a few ground balls and you get an idea. That it still blows my mind that scouts are like, we don't know if it's going to work. And then sometimes, like, I forget who was, there was one of the international guys that they were like, we don't know if he can play or Jung-Hoo Lee. They're like, we don't know if this guy can play center field. And it's like, you watched him twice and you're like, what? The guy whose grandfather was Wind or whatever.
Who said that?
His scouting reports when they came over, they were like, we don't know if he's going to play center. And it's just like, what? Anyways, Murakami, hey, just gave this speech for the Cardinals, and if you put the lineups next to each other, White Sox can be fun.
Yeah.
The all-Trevor Plouffe team, Chase Mydroth, Kyle Teal and what he did catching. Strength up the middle, dude. Colson Montgomery came up and banged. That, there can be a young core here. Luis Robert, Murakami, we got some international. This is kind of a Coach Trev team.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
I'm in. I think it's going to be fun. I'm sure I'll get to call some games against them next year. So that's always a fun thing when you're anticipating watching players. I really like that, being able to kind of get in the booth with them. But yeah, look, again, I think they saw a time to take advantage of what I would consider a weak marketplace for a guy like this who has a ton of upside. And again, if he works, you can think about trading him right away.
Right.
Or
extend them. Yeah.
Exactly. There are just so many ways that you can go with this. I think it's a very low risk sign for the Chicago White Sox.
And also, there will be a day when the White Sox are good at baseball again. And
yes, and I saw a Photoshop of him in a White Sox uniform already. I think they put it out. He looks great.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes that matters too.
The pinstripes, man, that they can help. Believe it, I know.
I was the only one that didn't like their City Connects, the Bulls ones.
Yeah.
People were like, you don't know ball. I'm like, I think I do.
I mean, it's like homage. That looks good.
I told you.
You don't want to see that guy at the plate, bro.
No.
Trev, you maybe we'll have to delete this out. You told me so. You said you might be calling a couple of Murakami's games next year. Do you want to tell the people?
I forgot.
Do you want to tell the people?
Yeah,
we have a situation on our hands.
We got an announcement to make. I got to get out in front of this. Turns out you don't have to call me Emmy Award-winning Coach Trev.
Trevor did not win an Emmy.
Because I didn't win. I got a call from our producer because I congratulated him and I think I texted him and Corey Provis. So shout out Trevor Fleck. I said,
we did it, bro.
Guys. I said this. What I said on the text, I think, was this is mostly you guys. I didn't they're there the whole year. Corey's a stud. I come in for 30 games a year or whatever. And Corey Provis was dude, we did it. Good job, man. And Trevor, the producer, didn't say anything. And then I get a call from him. He said, hey, give me a call back. And basically, he got straight to the point. He's like, hey, I just need to get this out there. You did not win an Emmy.
Yeah.
It's sort of a technicality. Yeah. Some dates were there for submission. I hadn't worked yet, so I couldn't be listed. It's okay. I thought it was probably best case scenario because now I want one, Coach. I didn't know I wanted them.
Now you've got the itch.
I might be doing some silly stuff in the booth this year, trying to win an Emmy. I don't even know what that means, but
yeah,
I'm going for it.
Well, hey, New Year's coming up, some goal setting. We want the Emmy, and I'm glad you were honest with the people on that. Because that was a little bit of stolen valor. It turned out.
I did. It was massive stolen valor.
So I'm glad we could get ahead of that. Yeah. Hey. Again, I know sometimes we're just too positive. I don't know. I think we try to lay out the negatives. Hey, Wilson Contreras could get old. Kind of threw that out there. Murakami might not be good, but everything. Dude, 2 years. What if he's good? And what if the White Sox have some fun young baseball around the horn this year? Fire me up.
Man, yeah.
And dude, this dude, he broke Sadaharu O's home run record in 2022. He hit 56 homers as a 22-year-old. O's record is from 64. So imagine if a 22-year-old broke Judge's AL home run record. The way we would talk about that person, I don't think we'd be giving up on them at age 26. So let's see what the kid's got.
Agreed.
Little White Sox and Cardinals. We're back, baby. Let's go. And so is Hims. I don't know if the people know this. Not in the read. I use the Hims shampoo. I said I don't know. Why not? Okay. Confidence shouldn't be complicated. And with Hims, you can skip the guesswork, get access to care that actually fits your lifestyle. Straightforward, stress-free, designed around you. And they got everything. They got ED options, Hardman, SexRx, Climax Control. Hello. Brings expert care straight to you 100% online. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/talkin. That's hims.com/talkin for your free online visit, hims.com/talkin. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Trev, we have the Rays did a couple trades. Do we just want to do snaps for Mike King right now? Because unfortunately, if he signs with another team, we probably open with Mike King. He returns to San Diego, which awesome for San Diego. We still don't really know the inner workings of their front office, although at winter meetings, me and Rob did some investigating. Again, I might be going on a scouting trip with the San Diego Padres coming up. They signed Michael King, 3 years, $75 million with the 2 opt-outs. Bro, I'm loving those contracts for players. Like, I almost think teams are going to start being like, we shouldn't give these out because guys can then clean up. Basically, you need one good year in 3 years. And Michael King's talent can go toe-to-toe with anyone. We've got another Padres $5 million this year, and then it escalates. That a little funny business in San Diego, but I know resident Padre fan Ryan Cohen couldn't be happier that this guy's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody would be happy with Michael King because he does have the stuff. Dealt with some injuries last year. Some of the numbers on the fastballs last year were not great. The shape of his four-seamer lost a little bit of that ride, a little bit more glove side. So it was going glove side and down, which is right into the barrel, instead of staying it was going arm side and down a little bit instead of kind of staying on that true plane and kind of having that rising effect. So that's going to get hit. But I think a lot of that had to do with, kind of coming back from an injury. So he's got like A+ stuff when he's right. Like he can absolutely dominate a baseball game. We've seen that. I do love the contract for the players as well with these opt-outs. I also think it's great for teams. Like teams, if they could get a guy in a 1-year deal every single year, they'd be happy. Because what it means, if he opts out after the first year, it'll mean the Padres spent what on him? Like $5 million, and he got like a banger, and they got a banger every year out of him. That's perfect for the team.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I guess I haven't processed that. That I guess if you're Mike King, it's worth it if you shove, because then you're just going to get a crazy deal. But yeah, he
gets a $12 million signing bonus, which I think the Padres are probably on the hook for. That's over 3 seasons, so it's $4 million a year from that, and then a $5 million salary. So I'm assuming that means they're on the hook for $17 million total if he opts out. I guess there's a buyout if he opts out. We did this on Chris Rose, and I know that he came to $22 million. That they're on the hook for, which is just basically the qualifying offer. So again, like teams, if he comes out and does what he's supposed to do and then opts out, they're happy with that. They're fine. Hey, we got this. So I think it's great for them. I think they need to continue on with the pitching staff. I know there's talks of trading Nick Pivetta, and I guess, depending on the haul that you're going to get, I'd be open to it, but there's some question marks going on there. And if you're really trying to compete and be the team that I think you can be, you can't be letting those starters go, especially guys like a Pivetta. You need him to stay in the rotation. Preller, work your magic, I guess, but to me, that's kind of like should be the focal point now. Is like we're either retaining or continuing to add to the starting rotation. Yeah,
that King up. So 22 mil this year, and he turned down the qualifying offer. So if he shoves this year, he doesn't have to worry about the qualified offer anymore. He can get whatever long deal he's looking for, or he can play more AAV games. And yeah, it's just great insurance for him that we've seen this. It worked for Snell. We saw this Chapman, Belly. There's a list of guys now that I really like it because it's, I don't know, when you and I sometimes have our 420 baseball talks, like if there was a way, I always feel awful for the player that the year before free agency, they go nuts, and then their free agency year, they don't. Michael Conforto. Like, if there was a way to somehow put in the CBA that, like, a player, they can go that year earlier and, like, I don't know, the team could get a kickback or something. It's never going to happen because there's no benefit really, and players could just collect. But, like, this is kind of what this is, that we're seeing players safely betting on themselves, and I think all of them have kind of worked out.
Let's just say we do this. Let's just talk about this a little bit. Yeah. You're the Padres. And man, Padres fans, come at me.
Oh.
What's my guy on Instagram, Padres blogger, who just screams in his garage all the time? We become friends.
Right.
Let's play this out, because I said they need starting pitching. We know what the bullpen has done. There's all these talks about trades with the Mets, them trying to get one of their young pitchers. Chris Rose thinks Nick Pivetta is enough for Jonah Tong. Like, that's not the case. Like, 1 year of Nick Pivetta is not going to get you Jonah Tong. So what if we were done making signings or trades, except maybe we sign some bench pieces? I think there could be some bench, some depth, if you will, coach, that we can go after. Is the Mason Miller thing still on, making him a starter? I think it is, right? I think they're going to attempt to build him up. Dalt, please get on that.
Dalt shaking his head viciously no.
It's out. We're done with that?
I think we're currently out on that. He's listed as the closer, and maybe closing for Team USA.
Yeah,
how about this Team USA?
That's got me fired up. I can't wait for the WBC. Let's just do fantasy land for a second.
Fine, that's where we thrive.
Mason Miller does become a starter. You retain everybody else. I think that's enough.
Yeah, they're planning on keeping him in the pen. I
don't like it. I don't like it.
Hey man,
I would love to try to convert him. Then you have Michael King, Nick Pivetta, Joe Musgrove, obviously coming back. Little Mason Miller action. Then you have like a Sears and Vasquez there at the end of the rotation. I think they need another starting pitcher. That's all I'm saying. To truly compete.
And we missed this one. Sungmoon Song currently listed as their starting second baseman. Fire me up.
Yeah, I think we'll see how that goes. I think he could be that depth piece and kind of move and do some different things for them.
Remember when you were begging the Dodgers to play Hai-Song Kim, and they were just like, nah.
Yeah.
We'll just win the World Series.
Who he came in? I don't know. He came in for one inning, right?
He came in, yeah. He came in defensive replacement.
Something happened
for Miggy Rowe.
For Miggy Rowe.
After he hit the homer?
So he was on
After he hit the home run.
He was on the field as they won the World Series.
After Miggy Rowe won the game for them with a defensive play as well.
Bro, there's a couple times. Because Miggy Rowe's done a nice little tour this offseason because he fucking won the World Series.
Yes.
That he's been showing up. He showed up at a Heat game, got some love. He's been doing some fun Miggy Rowe stuff. And every now and then I have just like a poof, just like hit in the face. Miggy Rowe. Like one of the guys who's been the coolest to this company in the office and has like 11 career homers. That was rude. I think it's in the 60s. I'll check. He saved the Dodgers season and like
twice.
Dynasty, like insane. So yeah, good for the Padres, good for Mike King. Let's see what happens the rest of the way. I see you got that look in your eye. What do you think?
I'm just thinking of Mason Miller. I don't know. I guess I didn't get the news that they're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I think they want to just keep the bullpen because, dude, it's your Padres problem. The Padres bullpen looks amazing. Their rotation looks kind of good. The lineup looks kind of good. It's the Padres conundrum. Rob's got something.
So the quote from Preller at winter meetings is, we've got a lot of good pitchers in our bullpen that we can pitch numerous innings in a lot of different parts of the game. As far as our starting, I think we're still having those conversations, but leaning towards those guys staying in their current roles. So it could still happen,
Guys, don't question me.
We'll question.
But I do look. I like what he's saying. Is we've talked about that. The future of pitching is 3-inning pitchers. That's just what it is. Like there's going to be a few starters here and there that are going to take the ball into the 7th inning, and there's just going to be a bunch of guys that throw 2 to 3 innings. Like that's what they're going to do. It brings costs down, maybe wear and tear. It's just what's going to happen. I don't want that to happen, so don't quote me on that. I'm just saying I think that's where it's going.
It blows my mind that everyone in the bullpen isn't built up for like 40 pitches. And like
you just need to incorporate after that. Like back-to-backs are tough after a 40 pitch.
Right. Well, so you don't, but you can also save a guy from pitching the day before. Like instead of 2 guys throwing 1 inning, 1 guy throws 2. I don't know.
I think teams hate that there is a roster limit on pitchers. Like if they had their way, they'd have like 11 position players, like max, and then the rest would be pitchers.
Miguel Rojas, 57 career home runs.
Shout out.
And as we're talking about bullpens and efforts, Will Klein.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Oh, you're just recalling the World Series now.
Yes, and the fact that like I think
Yoshinobu
relievers
Yamamoto.
That guy. God, that thing.
What's in his basement?
Dragging it off the mound. My goodness. Happy holidays. Trev, the 2 maybe. Ooh, interesting. How would I Chris Rose spin this? What could be the 2 biggest baseball moves we haven't even talked about yet? Brandon Lowe traded to the Pittsburgh Pirates with a bunch of other players. 3-way trade. Lowe, Jake Mangum, Mason Montgomery. The Astros get Mike Burrows, the young talented pitcher. And the Rays get Jacob Melton, number 2 prospect from Houston. Anderson Brito, their number 6 prospect. And then the other one that will end up piggybacking off Shane Baz, goes from the Rays to that Orioles pitching staff as they're looking to beef that up. Your guy Slater DeBrunt is in there. Caden Bodine. Again, Trev's got the scouting reports on that. Let's do the Brandon Lowe one first because the Pirates get an MLB hitter. This is what we've asked for them. When Brandon Lowe's on a field, that dude hits. Being on the field has been a slight issue for him. I guess initial reaction to the 3-way, Coach.
Excuse me?
Beg your pardon?
Where do you? I guess I want to start with the most major league ready guy in Brandon Lowe.
Yes,
the Pirates have been looking
ready.
for major league ready guy. Jesus Christ, Trevor.
He's ready.
The Pirates have been looking to add to their offense. They have, and this is obviously one way to do it. Like you said, when this guy's on the field, I believe. It's for second baseman since he came up. He is 3rd in homers behind Simeon and Altuve, but he's done it like he's close to both those guys in like 1,000 less plate appearances. Like this guy can hit the ball out of the park. There's no doubt about it. Reliable bat, middle of the order for the Pirates, who they also have like a fun ish lineup coming together now with them. So look, I think we were hoping for a big signing like a Schwarber or something, but I mean, this is far off from them, but it's the next tier down, I would say. As far as like offensive threats, I mean, Brandon Lowe is a tried and true, consistent performer. So
yes.
does this swing them into like legit playoff contenders? Like I think like maybe depending on what they do with the pitching staff. Like you get some semblance of an offense and some consistency and a little bit of growth from the rest of their lineup. You could dream upon a wild card bid. We just saw it with the Reds last year. So I love this deal for them.
Yeah, and man, Brandon Lowe, when you go through all the numbers, like he hits velo. We just had those stats on the screen, 95 miles per hour plus and up. He's got the 2nd highest OPS. He had the most homers on changeups last year, so okay, that's a really good combo. He does have some platoon stuff going on. He struggled versus lefties last year, but we can deal with that because against righties, 873 OPS. Like he's a dog. I'll just watching him on the other side of the field, he's someone that if he comes up with runners on, you're like, we are now not in control. Like he is really a bad man when he is at the plate. Hit 31 homers last year, which I think Jimmy had him for 30 plus. I think that was Jimmy's sprinkle. So
yeah, because he's playing in the park down
we
there.
love that.
Yeah.
And yeah, just literally every season with a positive OPS plus. Again, every year when we go through that position, and I guess we'll see how Pittsburgh handles it, because defensively, not a strength for him. That hey, we can find at bats for you. And Trev, I'm gonna do live. I haven't clicked on Pittsburgh's Fangraphs lineup with Brandon Lowe in it, so I'm going to get initial reaction for the people. Magnum leading off, who we haven't talked about yet, but had a 698 OPS and stole a bunch of bags, so if it was our fake OPSS plus stat, Jake Magnum would be up there. Career college leader in hits or something? Did I see that in the document? Okay, Jake Magnum. So him and Brandon Lowe 1-2. So if you're the Pirates, we just added our 1-2 hitters potentially. Brian Reynolds, Horwitz, Nick Gonzalez listed as the shortstop. O'Neill Cruz 6. I mean, that's something we haven't seen. His stats at the end of the year, my goodness. Triolo, Sawinski, Bart. Okay, I would have liked to feel a little more oomph when I clicked into it. And again, hopefully that's coming. They did offer Schwarber something that they need to get going.
Sure, they do, but I mean, I'll tell you right now, like Nick Gonzalez is not going to be the shortstop. They got the guy Connor Griffin, who's just an absolute stud. Even I know who that is.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so you put him in that lineup, and things can change quickly. Plus, you still have pitching to trade from.
Right.
So like there still can be moves coming along. I like the direction of the Pirates. I hope that there's one day. This is my hope. I have the bad tweet out there. Thanks, social media team, for saying if you want to see Paul Skeens in the playoffs with the Pirates, play MLB The Show. Like, gosh, what a loser comment that was by me. It's out there. I hope one day I open my X and people are just quote tweeting that, saying like, "Fuck you, man."
Nice.
So I don't know if it's going to be this year, but this is a massive step in the right direction.
Don't want to miss Mason Montgomery. Trev, if you like arm talent, lefty, sits at 99. The Rays had him as a reliever last year, got knocked around. In the minors, he was stretched out. That I think it's kind of like I would have him circled. Like 1 year, he's definitely going to establish himself as a reliever. And then there's going to be a conversation like, do we stretch this guy back out? Because that kind of arm talent, we were laughing before the show, like, we can work with that.
Yes.
Try a cutter. Try, I don't know, bang a slide piece. That if it starts coming together for him, just a massive asset for them. I will say, and like we just joked about, although Connor Griffin and JJ Weatherholt mentioned this show, are we a prospect pod? I have a feeling that when we look back at this one in a couple years, that we're going to be like kind of how we talk about the William Contreras trade. When we look back, that was a three-way trade that we always look back and we're like, how did the Brewers get involved and get William Contreras? I think that's going to be Mike Burrows with Houston. He's one of those young arms that he was part of the Pirates. Like, he's going to be part of the crew. Skeens, Chandler, Joe, like, he's part of that crew. Houston gets a young, controllable starting pitcher. We've been wondering where Houston has going to go and operate. That, like, Brandon Lowe kind of headlines it now for how he's established himself as a major leaguer. I think there's a good chance that Burrows is the guy we look back at 3 years and we're like, he was the biggest chip traded in this.
That's great for Houston. Obviously needing some help there. And they seem to do that from time to time, kind of figure things out, pick the right guy, move on from the players when they need to. I think they've been a pretty savvy front office over the last few years. Dalton really likes this guy's changeup. And Dana Brown says, hey, man, your four-seam fastball, not so good, so let's add a two-seamer instead, which is just genius by Dana Brand.
Nice.
Yeah, way to go.
And
This isn't working.
analytics.
Let's try something different.
Yes.
Nice.
That's good.
Do you think the pitching factory is like, hey, Dana, like, we got this.
You don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just get them in, and bring the change up because, like you said, 147 batting average against, second best in MLB among starting pitchers with 65 innings pitched. So you gotta chop that down a little bit, but we can work with that. And he throws it like in the zone, and guys aren't hitting it. That a good changeup like that is a tough pitch to teach. And like he threw 96 innings at a 3.94 last year. Like this guy pitched in the bigs and has shown something that Houston going out and getting him. And like, yeah, they had to pay prospect capital. And hey, we just knocked ourselves for it. I don't know what Jacob Melton's going to be. He was the Astros' number 2 prospect, and the Rays traded for him. And we used to give the Rays the respect that if the Rays traded for someone, we were like, watch out for this guy. So a lot of interesting parts.
Did you mention the last guy, one of the last pitchers traded from the Pirates to Houston was?
Charlie Morton.
Garrett Cole.
Oh, Yankee.
So, decent track record.
Comes back this year. Don't forget that, people.
Connor Griffin, number 1 overall prospect. That's probably that's why I know.
That's where you stop.
I go number 1. That's about it.
It starts there. Hey, Anderson Brito, 21 years old. 103 minor league innings the past couple years, 2.36 ERA. So maybe he's a dude.
Yeah.
Jacob Melton. We're doing stuff. I don't know. Hopefully, I want to live in a world where the Rays are going to raise again. Because if this trade happened 3 years ago,
they got the Trop back. Step 1.
That's right. The Trop is back, MFers. Pirates keep going. Houston, watch out. Rays going Rays. And speaking of, the last transaction we'll be talking about this episode, the Wizard of Boz, Shane Baz, in division from the Rays to the Orioles. It's brought to you by DraftKings. Holiday football has arrived. Sure did. Big weekend. How about the NFL just dropping Saturday games? We don't care. We can own something, so let's do it. And don't forget, DraftKings has your back. The early exit. If a player goes down that you bet on in the first half, you get paid in cash. Couple injuries late last night might have affected Dalton's fantasy team. Not ready to talk about it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code JMBaseball. That's code JMBaseball. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Trev, this was a fun one. This was a fun baseball episode because all of these transactions you look at in, I guess, interest meter, they all have me like B to B plus because all of them have an interesting Twizzler. Like Boz has the arm talent. 20 Twizzler. All these have an interesting Twizzler. I kind of wrote a stand-up joke about my problem with Swedish fish this weekend because
I love Swedish fish. You love Swedish fish?
I love them so much I don't eat them, bro. I have a sealed jar behind me. I haven't shown this in a while.
You know what I respect about you?
What's that?
Is that you're eating the reds, the other, like the multicolored Swedish fish. Get out of here,
bro. It's the red Swedish fish.
Red 40. Give me that dye. Inject it into me.
Those like 5-pound bags of Swedish fish, like Lil Poppy used to turn into like a rabid animal. And yeah, the stand-up routine was just kind of like Swedish fish are like literally a drug. Like if you and I were sharing Swedish fish and you like turned your head, I would like try to take some of yours. Like it's a so I don't even eat them. I like don't allow myself. Anyways,
you're like Ben Stiller on Average or Dodgeball.
Yeah. Yes. That final
himself.
scene. Oh yeah. Shane Baz goes from the Rays to the Orioles. Dude, Baz is 26 years old. So this is a guy we've been familiar with because he was a big-time prospect, got the call early, has had some ups and downs and injuries at the big league level. If this happened after 2024, we'd be like, whoa, 14 starts, a 3.06 ERA. Watch out for Shane Baz. Last year, he gets hit a little bit. The pitches jumped out to me when you looked at Baseball Savant, his cutter and his slider. So the pitch is going that way got hit. So, and Mike Elias with Baltimore said there's some underlying stats. Could be those, could be other stuff, but they're betting on arm talent here. The Orioles are trying to beef up their arms, which kind of let them down last year. I think this guy has it in him that he's looking for the right, whether coach or like 26. Like sometimes the light bulb doesn't fully go on at age 24. I know it didn't for me. That I love this for Baltimore.
I do too. I think it's I think they took advantage of maybe, a down year for him and went out and got this guy. You mentioned the cutter and the slider. He started throwing the cutter last year and got rid of the slider essentially. The slider in 2024 was a good pitch for him. Ditched it really through like 6% of the time last year, just added the cutter and that wasn't good. So I'm assuming, I'm a big brain, me and Dana Brown, hey, let's get rid of that cutter. Let's go back to the slide ball full time.
Yes.
Stuff like that. That's the thing about when you trade for a pitcher, you already have an idea of what you want to do with the pitch mix. You have every single video available. You have all of the data available. So these guys, it truly is. It's not like, hey, let's look at his numbers anymore. It's, can we fix him? What's the profile? What do we think? Can we take this guy from this level to the next level? If you believe in your pitching department and what they can do, that's how they go out and acquire guys now. The stats, like, sure, there's some guys that just dominate the league. Great. The stats to me, when we have when we trade for pitchers, don't mean anything. You could get a guy who seems horrible in one organization. If the Brewers go out and get him and they're like, we're just going to raise your arm angle this much and we're going to make you throw these pitches. That's all it takes. I mean, I think Brad Keller is like a great example of that. There's so many guys that you can point to. Hey, little adjustment here, little adjustment there, and you're a completely different pitcher. I think, look, Boz has a track record of things going right, so they already have that baseline. And yeah, he's controllable. He kind of fits everything that Baltimore needs. He's like right on track with like their window and everything that works for them. Also, he was just working out with Joe Ryan, I think last week. So, hey, you're hanging around one of the best in the business. Little tidbits here and there. Great move for the Orioles. Do they have to continue with the pitching staff? I think yes.
Yeah.
But it's not that easy to just go out. We always say that, hey, we could add one more pitcher. It's not that easy to do it. Or sometimes it is. But I like this move a lot for them.
Yeah, and hey, again, more quote unquote underlying stats. At home at Steinbrenner Field, the hitter's park, minor league park, Boz got rocked. He had a 5.9 ERA. He gave up 18 of his 26 home runs. On the road last year, 8 of his 26 home runs, he had a 3.86 ERA. So, okay, we got something there. And we in this arm race for innings and strikeouts, I like that he had his most career starts, his most career innings, his most career strikeouts. That, okay, now that you've done that, like you check that box, it's how do you get better? And you can look at your stats and look at your pitches. I really like it for Baltimore. There's more in there with him. His stuff plus his curveball rated out like the second best in the game. Hey, throw that more. I hate to be the analytics guy here. Yeah, let's drop the twos, Adley. Great note here. Snaps for Dalton. The Orioles, who are having an offseason, right? Like, go Birds. We like what's going on. Their payroll is $20 million shy of what it was last year. So I was nervous that this was going to be the Orioles. Like, we rounded out the rotation. We see what Boz has. Dude, I think they're going to keep going. I think it's Framber or Ranger or someone like that. I think the Baltimore hype train is going to be fully back for next year.
Braves and Baltimore just back in the mix. Let's go.
God.
Hey, tidbit right here. I'm just kind of reading up on this stuff. DeBrun is one of the prospects that the Rays got back. This is just so good for our show. First of all, he's 5'9", so short king. Love that for us. He was picked last year. Jake, this guy hasn't even played pro ball yet.
I did see that.
The Rays are going to Ray.
Yeah, got our guy.
We got our guy. Baseball America called DeBrun the top high school outfielder in last year's draft class. He's got plus speed, above average hit tool, strong throwing arm, and good instincts in center field. The guy hasn't even set foot on a pro field yet.
Love that. Love that. Slater DeBrun. My
It's
God.
a great name.
Should be playing midfield for the Dutch team. Instead, he's top prospect. Is that our guy?
That's not our guy.
Oh, my God.
What's he
way.
doing right there? What is that?
Is that graduation?
I think that's graduation. Yeah.
Bringing
Oh
the
my
trophy on
God.
stage at graduation.
Give me another pick. I just
I
have
tell
like
you
a
what.
baseball pick.
I like that. He's got a good smile to him. That's good.
Yeah.
Is this me? Look at the
Oh
arms.
my gosh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm in on Slater DeBrun. He's a music producer. Oh my gosh. This
No
guy,
way.
he's meant to be a Ray.
That can't be real.
It was me, Evan Longoria, Slater DeBrun.
Caden Bodine, 30th pick in the 2025 draft. Hey, I guess, can we, Rob, make a note that we're not going to follow up on. Can we check in on the Rays in 3 years? Because they just traded their starting second baseman. They traded their starting outfielder. Probably should have given Jake Mangum more love. He played every outfield position last year. He can run. He can slap it around a little bit. Dude, the Rays just traded away a starting outfielder, a starting infielder in the middle of the lineup, and one of their starting pitchers. Like, I don't know. There is a sick side of this that feels too comfortable. That we didn't even like acknowledge that. We're just like, yeah, the Rays brought in 8 dudes. Some of them haven't played pro ball. Like, again, it's a real prospect. So we're saying that jokingly, but that's tough, man.
Wait, hold on. How can he be a prospect if you've never played pro ball?
He played really good high school ball.
That doesn't, what?
5'9".
I'm all in on Slater, but you
I'm all
can't
in
call
on
him a
Slater
prospect
DeBrun.
yet. You haven't stepped foot on the field.
Dude, look at those. You don't normally see high school cats.
I am so in
He's
on this guy,
yoked.
and now I haven't looked at where he went to high school. Now I need to guess. Have you?
I have not. Oh,
Okay.
I know the state. Oh, well, might be on the screen.
Is it on the screen?
Look at this kid.
I have no clue. Is it Ohio?
Trev. Come on.
Are you guessing
It looks
state?
cold there.
It is.
Trev. Slater DeBrun. He's a baseball stud. Where are you from?
He's not from California.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Santa Monica, baby.
Where was he just? You're reading it wrong.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Born in Santa Monica,
Okay.
obviously. So he has it in his blood.
Yes.
Summit High School in Bend, Oregon.
Bend, Oregon.
One of these Northwest MFers.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Cooper Cup? Just you
What
know,
is
it gets
up?
bred up in the Pacific Northwest. Psychos, and I love it.
Wow. $4 million signing bonus for this.
There's
kid.
this area of Northern California
do
nobody
we-
talks about. Everyone thinks it
Okay.
stops like at Napa.
Right.
There's this whole like
Yeah.
rest of the state that I don't even know what's up there, Coach.
I think they
It's-
grow a lot of weed up there, right?
dude. They're so California is so big, like
Big state.
that's like Humboldt. But you go north of that, like let's go like
Okay.
true Northern California to like Southern Oregon. I don't know what goes on there.
Okay. I
Slater
would ask you.
DeBrun.
Slater DeBrun. Yeah, I mean, let me know in 3 years because the Rays got rid of guys I know and they brought in a bunch of dudes that nobody knows. It can be the lifeblood of your organization, or Jimmy did some Jimmy deep diving the other day. I know that shocks people. But you know, the Yankees offseason's in a funky spot that like we don't know what they're gonna do that has us feeling uncomfortable. Go check out Talkin' Yanks if you get a second this holidays. He was going through like all of the previous trades for like pitchers with 2 years or players with 2 years, and it's like, every one of them getting the good professional baseball player was the move. That's kind of how it works. Every now and then, and me and Dalton were going about this before the show, you do get, shout out to our boy, Chris Archer. Every now and then you get a trade tree where, you get taken by the woodside because Glass now turns into that. Austin Meadows had a run there. Shane Baz was turned into a part of that trade, and now Baz gets traded for another Slater DeBrun. That Chris Archer got traded for Slater DeBrun today.
Kind of like that. Front office member of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
World Series champion Chris Archer.
You hung out with him at the winter meetings, didn't you?
So I saw him briefly. He's a little bit in front office mode. I have a story from Cole Tucker and V's wedding. That's maybe a little inappropriate for the show. I'll tell you afterwards. Okay. So we kept it pretty PG, and then I told that story, and he had a really good one-liner, so that was nice. And then one of the nights the drinks were going down, and so I messaged him, and I was like, "Yo, Arch, are you getting involved in this?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I stay out of the fray." And he's right too. Winter meetings is kind of wild. Rob, you were in the scene. It's
crazy.
It's awkward.
It's really crazy.
And like, I don't know.
Seeing
who's having too many drinks and who's and like Cliff Floyd's like grown and
Cliff
sexy.
Floyd is yeah.
Watching Jolly go up to Cliff Floyd was fun.
I love me some Cliff Floyd.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. That's good. I need to make my way out there.
Well, a West Coast one, I think we'll hit up. Or if Nashville, you're such a Nashville guy. We're just rambling. The beauty of the show. We had some good baseball news. Let's see what we've got for Wednesday. Trev's hand is up.
If you made it this far, let us know if me and Jake should just start a life show.
Pod. Wow.
I want to do it.
I know you do.
Let's just talk about life, man. If it's even real.
We got to start there.
First thing we'll talk about.
First step.
Let us know.
I'm in on that. We have to do our yearly Wake and Jake episode, Trev. Maybe we try it out there. Maybe I'll ask for some life advice questions. That'd be fun.
I think
Okay. That's producing live. Thank you so much, everyone tuning in. Are we back Wednesday? No. Wow. Happy holidays.
We got some stuff coming out.
If anything big breaks, we'll hop on the sticks. Come on.
Jake sucks.
Come on. It was me.
I gotta build all the toys now.
Oh.
There's Chaim Bloom coming into our shop when we were interviewing Brett Phillips.
Oh. Brett Phillips, good for the Brett Phillips, good for the house.
Do you think Chaim Bloom knows we've made him like a household name?